Good morning. Hayom Yom, Tes Vuv Elul, Tu Elul. So a lot of people don't realize that today, Tes Vuv Elul, is the most important day in human history and in Jewish history. Because today, Tes Vuv Elul, marks the anniversary of the dates where the Chabad Rebbe'S launched their grand strategy and their grand plan to take over the whole world and to spread the light of Hasidus to the whole world and to bring Moshiach. And the one who thought up this grand strategy was the Rebbe Rashab, the fifth Chabad Rebbe. And the Rebbe Rashab said that he wants to create a yeshiva. He wants to create an institution called Tomchei Temimim. And what's going to be special about this yeshiva, what's going to be special about Tomchei Temimim, is that they are officially going to study Hasidus as part of the curriculum, because this yeshiva, the curriculum in this yeshiva, is going to be founded based on the values of Chabad Hasidus. And the spirit of the yeshiva and the curriculum in the yeshiva and all the principles that the yeshiva is founded on is going to be, again, based on all the values of Chabad Hasidus. And any yeshiva today which follows the same curriculum and is based on the same principles and the same values is also called Tomchei Temimim, as an extension of this yeshiva. It's all branches of the same yeshiva. And the purpose of this yeshiva was to mass produce and to pump out and to create Chabad Hasidim, to create real Chabad Hasidim that really understood Hasidus and were really connected with Hasidus. And they would go out there and spread Hasidus to the whole world and spread the light of Hasidus and bring Moshiach. And this was the Rebbe Rashab's plan, this was the Friedeker's plan, this was the Rebbe's plan, this was their grand strategy, how we're going to bring Moshiach, how we're going to spread Hasidus to the whole world through having Tomchei Temimim, and that should be a boot camp and a training ground to just mass produce Hasidim. And any Chabad Hasidim you see today, and any of the amazing pu'ulos they do, or any of the amazing things they say or teach, or things they've accomplished in the world, all of that is thanks to and started with Tomchei Temimim. Tomchei Temimim, again, is the training camp where we're all trained, and that's the plan, how we're going to spread Hasidus to the whole world, how we're going to bring Moshiach. And the Rebbe tells us that his Yastus Yeshivas Tomchei Temimim Yom Aleph Tes Vuv Elul Taf Reish Nun Zayin. Today, Tes Vuv Elul marks the anniversary of the founding of this Yeshiva Tomchei Temimim. And the first original branch was founded on Tes Vuv Elul in the year 1897 on a Sunday. Now, even though that was the red ribbon cutting ceremony and that's when the yeshiva officially opened up, it didn't actually become operational. It didn't actually become operational, and they didn't actually start studying in it, and the students didn't open up any books, Chassidus or Nigla-wise, until 3 days later, on Wednesday, Chayel. And it's actually very appropriate that that's when the yeshiva became operational, because Chayel is the anniversary and the birthday of the Baal Shem Tov, the founder of the Chassidic movement, and of the Alter Rebbe, the founder of Chabad Hasidus. So very appropriate that day, Chayel, is when the yeshiva became operational. That's when they started studying Hasidus in the yeshiva. But in any event, so that's when the yeshiva was founded. But at first, the Rebbe Rashab didn't give it a name. He founded this yeshiva, and he put the yeshiva together, and he put a few bachrim there, and he got a few bachrim to come, but there was no name for the yeshiva. It was only a little bit over a year later, a full year, and then a month passed. So it was the full year, and then into Tishrei, by Simchas Torah, that the Rebbe Rashab gave it a name. And the Rebbe tells us that it was Belel Simchas Torah Taf Reish Nun Tes, Achrei HaKafis. It was a little bit over a year later. It was Simchas Torah, the night of Simchas Torah, 1898. And it was after the dancing, after the Hakafes, and it was really late in the night. The Friedeker says it was past 4 in the morning, and everyone was in a really good mood, and there was a lot of dancing and singing and talking and l'chaim going on. And the Rebbe Rashab stood up, and the Rebbe Rashab said, with Hashem's help, I have founded and I have created this amazing, amazing yeshiva called Tomchei Temimim. And the reason why it's called Tomchei Temimim, the reason why I'm calling it right now Tomchei Temimim, is in the spirit of the verse, Teiras Hashem Tmima, which means Hashem's Torah is perfect and complete and whole and wholesome. Hashem's Torah is wholesome and complete and perfect. And he said, Hashem's Torah is only wholesome, and it's only good and really healthy and really strong if you learn the whole Torah. If you Torah Tmima, if you have the whole Torah, if you learn Nigla and Chassidus. If you don't learn Nigla and Chassidus, if you don't learn all ears of Torah, then not only are you missing the Chassidus aspect, but you don't even really understand and get the Nigla, and the Nigla becomes misconstrued. It's only when you have all the pieces of the puzzle that you get every piece of the puzzle, you get the Nigla and Chassidus, and then you properly understand the Nigla and you properly understand the Chassidus. If you have Chassidus without Nigla, you don't really understand the Chassidus, and if you have Nigla without Chassidus, you don't really understand Nigla. It's only when you have the whole Torah, when you have the Chassidus and the Nigla, that the Torah is good and healthy and wholesome for you. And since these Bachrim are studying the entire Torah, they're studying Hasidus and Nigla, therefore this yeshiva is called Tomchei Temimim in the spirit of the Pasuk, Teiras Hashem Tmima. And then he said, may this yeshiva stay strong and go strong all the way till the coming of the Mashiach. I envision this yeshiva to go all the way till Mashiach's coming. And then the Rebbe Rashab said Hayeshiva Shma Tomchei Temimim. I'm officially naming this yeshiva Tomchei Temimim. V'hatalmidim halemdim misnagim berucha shmam Temimim. He says anyone who studies in this yeshiva, anyone who's an alumni of this yeshiva, anyone who goes through this yeshiva, or even if someone didn't actually go through the yeshiva, they just live by the spirit of the yeshiva. They're like a chassid in spirit, and they live by the values of the yeshiva and the spirit of the yeshiva. They're called Temimim, which means the good ones, or the complete ones, or the sincere ones. The Temimim. The yeshiva Tomchei Temimim produces Temimim, and that's what he said. And there's two reasons why the Rebbe Rashab said this specifically on Simchas Torah. So one is Simchas Torah is celebrating the Torah, obviously, and the Torah in its good form, in its wholesome form, in its perfect form. And the Rebbe Rashab therefore felt that it was appropriate that to talk about the yeshiva, which is all about promoting real, authentic, wholesome Torah, would be on Simchas Torah. And B, one of the lines we say on Simchas Torah is Tomchei Temimim Hashiana, which we're addressing Hashem, and we call Hashem Tomchei Temimim, the one who supports and the one who gives strength to the Temimim, to the sincere ones and the perfect ones. And by borrowing that phrase and applying it to the yeshiva and calling the yeshiva Tomchei Temimim, what that means is this institution, this building, this yeshiva, this movement and curriculum produces Temimim. It produces Temimim and it supports Temimim, and it creates Temimim and supports them and gives them spiritual strength throughout their entire life. And that's what happened. Now, like I said, a lot of people really missed the significance of this event, and a lot of people didn't realize the significance of Tes Vuv Elul until the Rebbe really was shocked, actually, that Tes Vuv Elul would go by and nobody would make a big deal, and nobody would do anything. And the Rebbe said how shocked he is and how surprised he is that nobody's doing anything for Tes Vuv Elul. And the Rebbe said that Tes Vuv Elul, the dancing has to be so intense, the celebrations has to be so intense. So two things he said. First of all, he said the dancing has to be to the point of chadaram, which is an interesting word. I don't know exactly what it means, but it means like things have to be turned over. Everyone's go crazy and wild in their dancing of the celebrations of Tes Vuv Elul, because Tes Vuv Elul is amazing. And then something else the Rebbe said, and it's a very interesting thing, because the Rebbe is not a joker. The Rebbe doesn't throw words around lightly. The Rebbe said that there's an expression in the Gemara, very famous line. The Gemara says that the two happiest and greatest holidays in Jewish history are Yom Kippur and Tes Vav, Tu B'Av. And it says that the joy on Tu B'Av was so amazing and so great that the Jewish people never saw a holiday like Tu B'Av. That's what it says. That's how great the joy and the simcha was and the dancing was. And the Rebbe says that I want the dancing on Tu B'Elul, on Tes Vuv Elul, to be so intense that the Jews should say the Jewish people never ever saw such intense joy as on Tu B'Elul. So the Rebbe said. So have a wonderful and happy Tu B'Elul, and God bless you.